Mabuhay! Kamusta kayong lahat? I'm Maria Luis Anlarhas and today we'll be exploring my homeland, the Philippines. So, the Philippines. The Philippines is officially known as Republic of the Philippines. It is found in the southeast region of Asia. It is an archipelago of 7,641 islands. It is a country of 109,581,078 people that has a very rich and unique culture. So, it is also divided into three main geographical divisions, which is Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And it's also divided into 17 regions. The country has over 170 dialects that shows how diverse it is. But its national languages are Filipino and English. Okay, so now we already know the basics of the country, so let's dive into its beautiful culture and tradition. It is known to everyone that Filipinos are very hospitable, religious, creative, adaptive, joyful, kind-hearted, and most especially, they are very loving people. These traits and values can be seen in their culture and virtues, like having a sense of utang na loob and being hospitable to everyone around them, and coming together during festivals, using po and opo to show respect to elders, and having bayanihan through the tough times that they face together as a country and as a nation. So diving deeper into what I just said earlier, let's dive into the Filipino utang na loob. So utang na loob is a debt of gratitude. This is a value that is rooted in prosperity and companionship, as it is seen as an obligation to give back or to repay the kindness that is shown to a person or a favor that is done to another person. So it is a feeling of wanting to give back to the person who done you good or showed you an act of kindness. And through this act of kindness, we could always do what is good. People would see that we're doing something good and they'd also aspire to do good. Another thing about Filipinos is that they're very hospitable towards people, especially the foreigners that needs help at all times. They're always open to lending a hand to a person we don't even know. We are always ready to help in any way, anything possible that we can do. So it is one of the virtues and values that everyone around the world admires about Filipinos, because it teaches everyone how to be kind to the people around you and not to hold any prejudice towards strangers who might just need help, or just to anyone in general. So in the aspects of culture, the Philippines is extremely good at celebrating festivals that binds them together both spiritually and as a community. The country is known for its very colorful festivals throughout the nation that is celebrated throughout the year. So an example of this is the Sinulog Festival in Cebu that celebrates their patron saint, that is Señor Santo Niño, through a 9-day novena, and then on the third Sunday of the month of January, there's a parade that showcases different cities around the island. So by this festival, everyone is being brought together in the name of God and as a community. So it is very important because everyone shares the same feelings of joy, excitement, and being brought closer to God together. So that is the importance of these festivals, and it's really good to be together as one. But the most important thing that we could find in the Filipino culture is the bayanihan. So the bayanihan is something that we could always see in Filipinos. So bayanihan means to work together as one, as whole, to be able to accomplish something that is good not only for themselves but for everyone in their community or for everyone in their country. So we can clearly see this thing when there is a huge calamity or when the Philippines is going through a very rough time. Everyone comes together to help one another, to be considerate to one another, to be able to lend a hand, to be able to assist a person. And bayanihan is the virtue that helps everyone rise up from the downfall that the country has experienced. So basically, everyone is working together to be able to stand back up again. So I think that through bayanihan, no matter what circumstances or whatever calamity or whatever comes in the way of the Filipinos, they can always overcome it because they always have each other through bayanihan. So the Filipinos are extremely stubborn, so there's nothing that could stop them from doing what they want. And they will always have each other's back because of their bayanihan. So that is the most important thing in the Filipino culture. So now we've talked about my country, the Philippines. So I hope that you can see how kind and how nice the Filipinos are, especially towards other people. So that is all for the video. Thank you very much for watching.
Meet Ian. Hi, I'm Ian, and this is my performance task.
Me, oh, I think she like me. Molly rocks in my green tea. Pussy boy can get out my way. I'll run up that jet before I run any.
South Africa, by the name itself, is a country on the southernmost tip of the African continent. The country has 3 capital cities, namely Pretoria, Bloemfontein, and Cape Town. South Africa also boasts of an impressive 11 official languages, having its own culture and vibrancy. Today, South Africa enjoys a relatively stable mixed economy that draws on its agricultural lands, abundant mineral resources, and of course, tourist attractions. The culture of South Africa is one of the most diverse in the world. It's not homogeneous, but it's rather a collection of different cultures that blend beautifully to give South Africa its unique identity on the globe. The women of South Africa are skilled women who decorate their houses in beautiful geometric designs. And just like men, they are treated equally. When dealing with foreigners, most South Africans maintain eye contact and smiles. People from Cape Town are very proud of their city. Family ties and long-term friendships are very important to Cape Townians. In the traditional African society, the tribe is the most important community as it is equal to a whole nation. And lastly, South Africans are by custom hospitable, sympathetic, and most anxious to avoid verbal conflict or unsociable manners. Right. Additional info, so wala pa data na human. Did you know that South Africa is the only country that has dismantled their nuclear weapons program voluntarily? What's more, the first successful heart transplant took place in Cape Town, South Africa.
That's all for now.
See you
In our next
performance task.
For the spaceship, I'm a space cadet.
Good day, grade 10. Today I am going to be representing the country Egypt. Egypt is a country in the northern eastern of Africa. For a millennia, travelers all over the world have been fascinated by the beauty of this country. The country's monuments were ancient, even in the days of Herodotus, a Greek who journeyed in Egypt to see the beautiful pyramids and also the temples of the pharaohs. Today, Egypt's rich history has created a tapestry of cultural and archaeological treasures unmatched anywhere in the world. Egypt's long history, tourist attractions, and geographic location make it an ideal destination for tourism and business. But it is also important to understand its cultures and traditions of this beautiful country. Religion plays a big role on the lives of Egyptians, and they are intermingled with the activities of both Muslims and Christians living in Egypt. The ninth month on the Islamic calendar is the Ramadan. This is a holy time when over 1 billion Muslims fast and focus their attention on giving charity to other people. Muslims are reminded to be generous and increase their charitable activities. As a result, during Ramadan, much charitable giving is done by the citizens of Egypt. Donations are usually focused to those who are stricken with poverty and hunger. Egypt has amazing natural, historical, and cultural attractions, which make tourism as their main income. Egyptians are friendly, open to other cultures, and known for their good hospitality. So don't be surprised if they invite you to their homes and insist that you accept. Another cultural information about Egypt is that if you have access to foreign TV channels, you should watch 1 or 2 Egyptian series with subtitles, because in this country's series, they project issues that their country is facing so that their citizens are more educated on what really is going on in the country they're living in. A movie that I suggest that you watch is the Yokyubian building. It will really give you a good idea on the challenges and attitudes of Egyptian people. Sadly, Egypt has been prey to many invaders throughout history, and recently they suffer from political and economic problems. But Egyptians have a strong sense of humor and find humor in everything, including themselves. This is what keeps them going despite all the hardships. That's why let's give them a round of applause. Now that you've learned different facts about Egypt, would you want to visit this breathtaking place?
Alkebulan means Mother of Mankind or Garden of Eden, and the first name of Africa. It is the world's hottest continent, with deserts and drylands covering 60% of land surface area, and it's the world's poorest and second driest continent. Jambo, habari. Mimi ni Eloise Regina from Kenya, country in East Africa with coastline in the Indian Ocean, and their primary language is Swahili. It encompasses savanna, lakelands, the dramatic Great Rift Valley, and mountain highlands. It's also home to wildlife like lions, elephants, and rhinos. Known for Mount Kenya, the Menengai crater, Diani Beach, and game reserves such as the Maasai Mara, we are also famous for our diverse ethnic groups, deserts, and mining. Foods that are universally eaten in Kenya are ugali, sukuma wiki, and nyama choma. Kenya's coastal cuisine is unique and highly regarded throughout the country. Facts about Kenya are the following. Hunting is illegal. No traffic jams on Lamu Island. And Kenya is also home to the fastest land animal. We conserve and pass our culture and tradition in every generation. We don't rely on written evidences because we have our own system of recording past events, situations, and traditions. Even though we have been enslaved by Europeans and Americans, our hard work and perseverance to resist and achieve our freedom makes us a diverse but united people. We Kenyans are very hopeful and positive. We sing and dance our hearts out despite the struggles in life and the lack of daily supplies, because we believe in what Martin Luther King Jr. said, that if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Every challenge that we encountered, we never gave up. It's our spirit and mindset made us unique and great. Don't just sit back and be silent. Speak out, stay woke, and be proud. End SARS. Love your own. Love us. Because Black Lives Matter.
From the continent of Asia, I bring you Philippines. Mabuhay! Philippines, land of the morning, a beautiful tropical country. Located in the Western Pacific Ocean in the southeast of Asia, Philippines is blessed with more than 7,000 islands, having culture that is quite varied and plenty of beautiful landscapes and beaches. There are plenty of tourist spots in the Philippines, some of which are known to be Siargao, Cebu, and even Bohol. Some even call the Philippines the land of enchanted islands because of the so many different places that you can discover and explore. The people in the Philippines, also known as Filipinos, are known to be hospitable and even very joyful people. Filipinos usually say, family comes first, because every single tradition that they spend together is always with family. One of the cultures in the Philippines is called bayanihan, meaning town, nation, or community in general. Bayanihan refers to the spirit of communal unity and cooperation. A tradition in the Philippines is called harana. The harana is an old serenade tradition in rural areas of the Philippines, in which young men may formally meet single lady visitors. Another tradition that Filipinos usually have is that they take off their shoes before entering their home. A celebration that happens in the Philippines quite often are called fiestas. Now, the one fiesta that only exists in the Philippines is called Sinulog. It is known as the biggest fiesta in the Philippines and is located usually at Cebu. The fiestas usually involve dances, lots of people, and many varieties of colors and costumes. Now, there is still so much more to discover of the Philippines, but you know what they say, it's better to experience things when they're right in front of you.
Pilipinas, kapulong ang likas ng perlas.